Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the cricket happenings with the news that the T20 World Cup champions West Indies have won their last match of their tour. This was the last match before they leave for the West Indies. They finished it off on a high by beating Bangladesh, but let me tell you, this was a very close match. In the sense, not a very close match, but basically Bangladesh really fought very hard. If you look at the scores, West Indies racked up 197 for 4 of their 20 overs, with Marlon Samuels smashing 85 of just 43 deliveries, 3 fours and 9 sixes, and many of those sixes coming off the bowling of Rubal Hussain, was sent for 29 runs in a single over, that is in the 50th over, which was probably the difference. And look at Bangladesh, what they did. They finished at 179 for 1 of their 20 overs. Yes, one would say that with all the wickets in hand, that was not Bangladesh, but I thought that was a very good performance from Bangladesh. Now, looking at this match here, it all started with West Indies winning the toss and electing to bat, and Dwayne Smith and Chris Gayle walked in. And as usual, as you know, Shahid Ghazi was making his debut. Like the test debut, Mushfiqur Rahim, the captain, handed the ball over to Shahid Ghazi, who bowled the first over. Gayle was very watchful, but in the second over, Shahid Ghazi was hit for a 6 by Dwayne Smith at the other end. It would have been good if Dwayne Smith and Chris Gayle would have got going, but was not to be. But Chris Gayle completed this series on a very sore note, I would say, because he had a disappointing series, not a single 50 either in the test matches, the one day or the 2020, and that is something which is very serious according to me, as Chris Gayle was this time consumed by Rubal Hussain, who came into the team. He clean bowled Gayle for 6, and that was 25 for 1. And Dwayne Smith also was a victim of Rubal Hussain, but Dwayne Smith, after making 24 of 21 balls, 3 fours and 1 6, departed. Clean bowled by Rubal Hussain for 24, and the score read 30 for 2. After that was Darren Bravo came in, and Darren Bravo was absolutely, he really meant business as far as runs were concerned by hitting some 4s and 6s. At the other end was Marlon Samuels, and both of them, they pushed the score along at a very good pace, at a rapid rate to the score of 96 before Darren Bravo, after making a very quicksilver 41 of 28 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes, was gone as he was stumped by Mushfiqur Rahim off the bowling of Shahid Ghazi, who got his first 2020 international wicket, and Darren Bravo was gone for 41. After that, Kieron Pollard came in, and he smacked a few sixes. He made 15 of just 9 deliveries with 2 sixes. He departed, and this was the surprise package as far as Bangladesh were concerned, because Ziaur Rahman was given the ball, and Ziaur Rahman, bowling military medium pace, bowled splendidly. In fact, he kept a good line and length, and he allowed no liberties to the batsman, and he was the most economical bowler for Bangladesh, finishing with 4 overs for 16 runs and 1 wicket. And that was the time he came and actually, after Darren Bravo and Samuels had gone off in a very rapid fashion, he came and actually stemmed it. Not only that, he also picked up Kieron Pollard's wicket. So that was good to see Ziaur Rahman do well with the ball, because one knows him to be a very big hitter of the ball, but to see him bowl and bowl so economically, probably it looks like another all-rounder there for Bangladesh now, Ziaur Rahman. So Bangladesh seemed to be manufacturing a lot of youngsters and a lot of young all-rounders, young bowlers. So everything seems to be coming up for Bangladesh now, and they would be really looking very positively at the year 2013, that Bangladesh cricket, according to me, could take a great leap after this performance against West Indies is any indicator. Kieron Pollard has gone for 15, and then Lendy Simmons came in, and Marlon Samuels was simply electric. He just went on. He went berserk after 121 for 4 when Pollard departed. It was all Marlon Samuels. Lendy Simmons was just a spectator, but he remained unbeaten on 18 of 12 balls with 2 fours. But Marlon Samuels was absolutely electric. He smashed everybody in sight. He went aerial. In fact, look at his knock. He had an unbeaten 85 in the last over from Rubal Hussain. He clubbed 29 runs of the 20th over to take the West Indies score along to 197 for 4. And Marlon Samuels is really turning out to be a real gem for the West Indies here. A gem of an innings, unbeaten on 85. It was a winning innings, and I'm sure he got the man of the match, and truly deserved so for the way he batted. And that was the difference as far as Bangladesh and West Indies were concerned. With Marlon Samuels not out 85 of just 43 deliveries, 7 fours, 3 fours and 9 sixes, only 3 boundaries, but 9 sixes, hit with tremendous power, tremendous timing, tremendous panache and tremendous class. It was really a treat to watch Marlon Samuels savage the Bangladeshi bowling. Look at the bowling figures. Ghazi 4 overs cost him 44 runs at a wicket. Rubel Hussain had the worst figures ever as far as his bowling career is concerned. 4 overs were carted for 63 runs with only 2 wickets to his name. Shafiul Islam 4 overs for 26. Abdul Razzak 3 overs went for 32. Mahmudullah 1 over bowled went for 15, but Zair Rahman was the pick of the bowlers. 4 overs no maiden, 1 for 16. As far as Bangladesh were concerned, with a score of 197, looking really ominous, because 197 for 4, Bangladesh had to get runs at a clip of 9.85 runs per over. It was a very arduous task, and Tamim Iqbal and Anamul Haq started off in whirlwind fashion. In fact, Darren Sammy was hit for a 4, and Anamul Haq put a beautiful flick of his legs of Sammy for 4, and at the last ball he deposited Darren Sammy with a flick shot over the fence for a 6. Not only that, Anamul Haq was really impressive. In his 22, he hit 1/6 of Sammy. We had some very good force. He once slapped a ball past Kemar Roche, past him for 4, and it left Kemar Roche absolutely stunned because it was hit with tremendous power, and he continued in his merry fashion. The other end, Tamim Iqbal was crashing. In fact, they were going at a real rate of knots, I would say, because they had rate 47 for the first wicket. Tamim Iqbal, as you know, he's an attacking player. He went after Kemar Roche. He creamed him through the extra cover for a 4. He hit him, giving him room. He hit a delectable offside shot for a 4. Andre Russell was taken for 17. And the Bangladeshi innings had started off on a very strong note, and really it was a sort of a conundrum for Darren Sammy, the West Indian captain, because he was really nonplussed, because it was something that Bangladesh started attacking the West Indies bowling, and they were going at the rate of 12 runs per over, much above the required run rate, and 47 was raised in 4.2 overs. And then Anamul Haq, trying to actually pull a ball from Kemar Roche, got the top edge. Sammy held the catch, and Anamul Haq was out for 22 of 12 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. That was 47 for 1. After that, it was Tamim Iqbal and Mahmudullah who was sent in to join as one drop to join Tamim Iqbal. The reason being, he was in some good form. Well, after that we saw some very good stroke making. Tamim Iqbal continued his stroke making. He played some glorious strokes. As you know, Tamim Iqbal, when he plays with lots of timing. It was almost akin to what Marlon Samuels was doing. The only thing was that Tamim Iqbal was not able to really go aerial a lot, but his contribution was very important. In fact, it was Bangladesh really went on. Mahmudullah also made a very good contribution. But what was sad was, in fact, Bangladesh couldn't really capitalize after that good start, that electric start which was given by Tamim Iqbal and Anamul Haq. Mahmudullah was a bit slowed down, because what happened was the spinners actually slowed them down later on, with Marlon Samuels 4 overs coming for 32. Sunil Narine bowled 3 overs for 27. He was hit for 2 consecutive sixes by Tamim Iqbal. That was those 2 sixes that he had in his unbeaten 88 of just 61 deliveries. 10 fours and the 2 sixes of Narine, and 10 fours were really a treat to watch, because Tamim Iqbal, as you know, he's a real treat to watch, no doubt about that. And that is the precise reason Tamim Iqbal had to be there. And one was thinking that probably Bangladesh are going to really give West Indies, the World Cup champions, a real test here. But fortunately for them, the West Indian spinners came into the rescue and bowled. In fact, Chris Gale was more economical. In fact, he did what Ziaur Rahman did for Bangladesh by bowling very good, lots of dot deliveries, and he gave away just 18 runs in his 4 overs, and then Wayne Smith bowled 2 overs for 16. Actually, that was the time when things slowed down. After the power play, the Bangladesh innings was going well. Good strokes were played. Mahmudullah also played some very good, really attacking shots. In fact, he hit 4 sixes and 3 fours, and one of the 6 that he hit over extra cover was majestic. And he also put Darren Sammy over the fence through deep mid wicket a couple of times. So both of them were doing their job. In fact, what they couldn't do was they couldn't finish it off. They couldn't actually give Bangladesh the victory. But I'm sure Bangladesh will still go with the heads high here, even though, because after Bangladesh, the T20 World Cup champions, West Indies put on 197 on the board, putting on 179 for 1. If, in my opinion, Bangladesh should have won this match, because only 18 runs separated. Probably the credit to the West Indies bowlers at the end, especially the spinners and Chris Gayle in particular, who really throttled them, and that was the reason Bangladesh couldn't really go aerial. They couldn't really put the ball over the pickets. They couldn't really pierce the field. The ball was really hit to the fielder, even though they were driving to the deep. And then finally it was all over, with Bangladesh finishing off their 20 overs with 179 for 1 in the end. Tamim Iqbal had an unbeaten 88 to his name of 61 balls with 10 fours and 2 sixes. Mahmudullah continued to impress in this series. It was a very good series for him. He had an unbeaten 64 to his name of just 48 deliveries, 3 fours and 4 sixes, and that was the score, 179. So West Indies actually finishing off the tour of Bangladesh on a high by winning this match by 18 runs. Darren Sammy 2 overs went for 30 runs. Well, Anamul Haq really handled him well. Kemar Rose 4 overs went for 36 with a 1 wicket to his name. Andrew Russell 1 over cost him 17. He never bowled after that. Samuels 4 overs went for 32. Also bowled well initially. Sunil Narine 3 overs for 27. I have already spoken about that. Well, it was Marlon Samuels of West Indies who got the man of the match. There were 3 debutants today for Bangladesh. It was Anamul Haq, Mominul Haq and Sohail Ghazi. Now, the only question would have been whether Mahmudullah came in, probably whether Bangladesh could have just done that bit extra here, because they still had Mushfiqur Rahim and the big hitter Ziaur Rahman still to come. So probably they could have taken the chances, but well, one can only say. But real credit to Bangladesh for the way they have played in this series. I think this series is going to go a long way if performances are any indication that Bangladesh would be on their way up as far as the ranking. But what Bangladesh need to do is, as far as test matches are concerned, they really need to come up well. But as far as one-day internationals, T20s were concerned, I thought Bangladesh put up a very good show. So keep it up, Bangladesh. These youngsters are really booming with confidence, and I think any opposition which is going to play Bangladesh is not going to find it easy now, because they have everything covered up. They have good openers, they have good middle order, they have good bowlers. Probably they need to have good pace bowlers, as I said. The spinners are doing a great job. There are a lot of young guns, the good fielding side, a lot of things are going in for Bangladesh. So that's it. So the West Indies tour of Bangladesh has ended. West Indies definitely taking the test series and the 2020, and Bangladesh taking the one-day series 3-2. Well, so now the other breaking news that I would like to say is, Pakistan are going to tour India, and the first 2020 match is going to start on Christmas Day, that is on 25th of December. And the news that I have is something very surprising. Shahid Afridi, the swashbuckling batsman from Pakistan and a very experienced batsman, also his bowling comes in very handy, has been left out of the 2020 matches, and that's the news that we have. Yes, the Pakistan all-rounder has been dropped not from the 2020, he has been included in the 2020, but he has been left out of the one-day internationals, because they're going to play 3 one-day internationals, and those are the changes that has taken place as far as Pakistan is concerned. And Pakistan have also overlooked Abdul Razzak, who is such a smasher of the ball, such a clean hitter of the ball. There is no Imran Nazir in the team. I just need to check that, whether Imran Nazir is there. No, I don't see Imran Nazir's name also figuring. They are all very good batsmen. So, in fact, Pakistan have gone for a lot of youngsters. I don't have time to spare to actually speak about them. Unfortunately, maybe tomorrow. Let us see. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Show for today. See you all tomorrow. Thank you.